Well, I hope that these reports are true. New Man United chief Richard Arnold is backing Ralph Rangnick's pursuit of Erik ten Hag as the club's new manager, even though a number of first-team stars want Maurizio Pochettino. Rangnick has championed ten Hag to CEO Richard Arnold, but this will be when Rangnick steps into a consultancy role at the end of the season. Also, Arnold is expected to review Man United's transfer policy, which needs absolutely overhauling. Um, obviously, Rangnick replaced Solskjaer in November after he was sacked, and then he'll move into a 2-year consultancy role. And for me, Ten Hag is the number one outstanding choice for Manchester United. He's the right man to work with young players. He'll implement a style of play that United can push through all the youth teams and all the reserve teams. And also, the manager after Ten Hag can also be a possession-based manager. He's also rebuilt teams, and obviously you can say, oh, it's only Holland, it's easy, but the players he's brought through means that he knows how to blood these young players. And what's the one thing Man United have? The one bit of hope you've got as a Man United fan at the moment is in the youth team. That's the only thing you think, okay, maybe there's a chance. We've got a left back from Real Madrid. We've got Garnacho up front from Atletico Madrid. Got him when he was 16. You've got Hannibal Mejri, who's just been to the Africa Cup of Nations. You've got Anthony Elanga, who's broke through. You've got Ted and Mengi. You've got Brandon Williams on loan at Norwich, doing all right. You've got Ethan Laird, who looked like he was doing really well. He's now on loan at Bournemouth. He's been injured here and there. He was at Swansea. He was doing really well. If you look at his creation, you look at James Garner, who in my opinion would be a much better player in the squad than Fred, and I think will challenge for a first team place next year. He's done really well at Notts Forest. You've got Hugo. You've got you've got various players in the youth system who look like they need a chance. Zinedine Iqbal has had his debut for Iraq. There's loads of them. There's probably about 15 of them. And this is something that Nicky Butt did. He should get some credit for this. And obviously, we don't want to talk about Greenwood, but that's that. That is a generational talent there. But what I'm saying is that, like, if you can get through the club, 4 or 5 youth players who become very solid squad players, it saves you a lot of money because, make no mistake about it, whilst the Glaziers at Man United, we're not going to compete with City in the transfer market. We're not going to, like, they'll buy one big signing, a big shiny signing, an Erling Haaland, or probably not Erling Haaland, but or a Bellingham or a Rice. But United probably need, if they're going to change style of play, to buy about 4 or 5 first team players, sell about 10 squad players, and they'll need to pack out the squad with players who can play in a new style. And it's safe to say that young players are able to be moulded and coached a lot easier than, say, someone that's like 29, 30 and has played in different styles and is probably reticent to change. I think Anthony Elanga is a prime example of that. So United's squad is in turmoil. I think that Lingard's going to go, Cavani's going to go, Pogba's likely to go, Ronaldo may go, Greenwood may not be there. You may have Phil Jones, Eric Bailly may leave. You've got even question marks over Maguire, Shaw. Matic will probably go. Mata will go. So you've got probably 10 players who could easily leave. So you need to fill the squad with a couple. And United under the Glazers are not going to buy 10 players. There's no chance. So the smart thing to do is to fast track some of these youth players like Majri. If Pogba leaves and Van der Beek is sold, for example, why not have Bruno as the first choice number 10 and have Majri as the second choice? That'd be fine for me. Why not bring back Garner and buy a midfielder or two? A sensible one. Declan Rice at 100 million. Good player, but can Ranić go into Europe and pick up 2, value for money players, and maybe Matic leaves, maybe look to sell Fred, keep McTominay, and have 3 or 4 players at the base of that diamond Garner and McTominay and two others, and then you've got Bruno and Major in front of him. That'd be 6 or 7 midfielders, which would be pretty economical actually. And look at like the squad as well. There's a lot of players we probably need to leave, like Axel Tuanzebe, a lot of promise, been injured a lot. He'll probably be sold. He's at loan. He's in loan to Napoli, and so you could probably feasibly cut the wage bill, bring in quite a lot of money from transfers. Like if you sold some of the peripheral players, pick up 3 top first team players and then push some of the young players through. Because you've probably got 7 players there who are very good. Like Sancho's good, Rashford, Bruno. Um, you know, De Gea's had a good season. Varane's top draw. So there is something to work with there. But I think Ten Hag would be a really good manager, but they have to give him lots of time. And I also think try the young players. What's the worst that can happen? You play them, they don't do well, you sell them on for 3 or 4 million. Like if you look now at like Brandon Williams, it's probably worth £15 million. If you don't fancy him, you can probably sell him. If you sell 10 Brandon Williamses, you've got 150 million quid. So United need to get these young players in, and then if they're not good enough, loan them out and then sell them. Start to generate some transfer money from them. Chelsea do it quite successfully. United need to. So I think Ten Hag would be a great manager for Man United if they give him the time, and I'm talking about 5 years, to change the structure of the club, and they give him power, and they give him power to break cliques in the dressing room, and they also give him at the right time the right players for the right price, and to build a team, because we're not a team. We've not been a team since Sir Alex left. We are a collection of individuals. We don't like we have to play amazingly well to win. We're not strong enough defensively. And I also another thing, it's a bit of a long video, so sorry, but another thing, I want to hold possession. United should hold possession. The single best way to defend is to have the ball. Because statistically, the opposition can't score if you hold possession. And I would love Ten Hag to come and hold possession for United and to implement that style. And also, I will say this, Ten Hag can bring with him some of the best young players in Europe. You could raid that Ajax team. You've got De Jong at Barcelona. You've got De Ligt at Juve. He could bring those young Dutch talent to Manchester United. And if you could fix that midfield and defence, United have got some firepower up front to do well. So Ten Hag, first choice for me, best candidate, best qualified with young players. Fundamentally changed the club. Him and Ranić together changed the club, and that's the only way. And hopefully, if Richard Arnold's got any sense, he'll do the exact opposite of what Ed Woodward did, because he's been a disaster for Manchester United. Anyway, give me your thoughts. They're my thoughts. But I will say the final thing, I hold out no hope that Manchester United will do the right thing. They consistently do the wrong thing at the wrong time, at the wrong price, with the wrong people and the wrong strategy. And it's a shambles. But let's see. It's the hope that kills.